All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are bringing you a special edition of Friday Night Doubles. We've got a great match tonight against four top players on our list. We got Jake Miozzi and Dan Sticks Rizzo against Chuck Filio and Vinny Sox, Vinny Lesh. They're going to be playing some 9-ball tonight, race to 11, best of 3 sets. Alternating shots, Scotch doubles, just standard all ball foul Texas Express 9-ball, which means you're going to get a you're going to be able to push after the break. 3 foul is an option, and these teams are going to be playing 2 or possibly 3 sets, race to 11. I'll be hosting it this evening. I'm Larry Stopper. For those who have been here before, I often co-commentate. If you're online, say hi. I don't see any chat going yet. I might not be working this properly. I'm going to take the list off. We have all 4 of our opponents here. Shooting, warming up a little. We might have a couple of co-commentators stopping in here and there. I'm going to get a poll going also here. All right, people, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to us, welcome. Got a poll started for this special edition of Bison Billiards Friday Night Doubles. We got Jake Miozzi and Dan Sticks Rizzo versus Chuck Filio and Vinny Lesh. They're going to be doing playing some 9-ball, a race to 11, best of 3 sets. Let me know who you like if you're on with us. We do have a vote, so I know somebody's online. Let me know if you can hear me. Right now, I'm just out here by myself. Any fans online? Let me know who's online. Any questions? I see a familiar face. It's not one of my buddies, Steve Zajac. What do you think about this weather today, people? Did you like the snow? No? Yeah, me neither. So we've started a poll. So far, we've got 1 vote for Jake and Dan, sitting at 100%. Curious what people's predictions are going to be. Please vote or let us know in the chat who you like in this one. Should be a good match. Where's your better half?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, is she? Nice. Playing an attorney?
Pennsylvania State Tournament.
Oh, heck yeah. Go get them.
So I'll take the opportunity and work on a little something. I've been in a rut lately,
Dude, I hear you. I've mentioned great.
and I can't shake it.
I'm with you. Same.
Hopefully,
If I take a little break here, we're going to have some fun if you want. No gambling shit.
absolutely.
We can gamble, but I'd rather not.
I'd rather have a session where we point out what the fuck we're doing.
I'm down with that. Seems they're both a little off.
I'll be over on 23.
Okay. All right, guys. So we've got 2 votes right now. Both are favoring Dan Sticks Rizzo and Jake Miosi. Hey, there's my buddy Amanda. I just said hello to your hubby. We were just talking about you. Good luck in Pennsylvania. Our friend Amanda, one of our strong list shooters. She's playing in the Pennsylvania State Championship tournament of some sort, to my knowledge, but I could be wrong. Stupid phone. Says, I'm reading some of the comments for those who are here and engaged. Right now we've got 2 votes. Both are favoring Jake and Dan over Vinny and Chuck. But who knows? That could change. Kind of curious what everybody's take on this match is going to be. We got 4 strong shooters here. Shooting scotch doubles, some 9-ball scotch doubles. With a little action on the side. I'm gonna pause this for a moment, my headset, and see when the gentlemen are ready to start shooting. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So we got a good match this evening. We got a little special edition of Bison Billiards streaming pool. Sorry, I'm just looking at something here. So we've got Jake Miosi and Dan Sticks Rizzo shooting against Chuck Filio and Vinny Lesh, 4 of our top 11 shooters. In fact, I will bring up the list for everybody's viewing pleasure. We have Jake in the 2nd spot, Chuck in the 6th, Vinny in the 7th, and Sticks in the 12th spot. And tonight they're going to be playing 9-ball traditional Texas Express rules. They're playing races to 11, best of 3 sets. I'm sure they've got a little bit of money on the side. I lied. I know they do. So for those who are online with us and enjoying some good pool tonight, I'm by myself, so please talk to me. Say something in the chat. Ask me questions. Tell me what you think about the match. Looks like they're deciding on which magic racks to be using this evening. All right, looks like they're about to start the match. I'm not sure if they're lagging or flipping for the break, but we are about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. Jake's racking, so it looks like they have won the leg or flip or however they elected to start this evening's festivities. So for those who aren't as familiar with 9-ball, what happens is, as you see, there's 9 balls on the table. You're going to break. The person after the break gets to choose if they want to push out or play the shot. I can explain that in a moment and what's going to happen. The only ball that really matters in this game is the 9-ball, pocketing the 9-ball. So the person who's at the table is going to shoot at the lowest ball on the table. Then anything that happens after contacting the lowest ball on the table counts. So Jake's pocketed a few balls here. They've got a pretty good spread here. Looks like Dan's going to be shooting the 2-ball into the bottom right pocket. You're just going to come across the one rail off the side to come out for the 3-ball. Just use a little bit of left-hand English is what I would do here. Just to stun it off the rail, bring it out for the 3-ball. Which is what Dan has elected to do. He set Jake up well to cut the 3 in the bottom right and come off the side rail to bring the cue ball out near the right-hand side pocket to shoot the 4-ball in the bottom left pocket, which is just what happened. Dan can either draw this straight back or try to punch it off the rail to come out for the 5-ball in the bottom top left pocket. He elected to punch it off the rail. Jake can make this. Now I think looks like the 8-ball might be involved in the position getting to the 6-ball. But we're going to see here. Looks like Jake might be, yeah, Jake's playing it safe here. Oh, it looks like the cue ball might have traveled too far. No, I think he's okay. I think that was well judged. So Vinny does not look like he's got a clear shot at the 5. He's most likely going to be kicking at this 5-ball. We got 3 votes in. All 3 are pulling for Jake and Dan versus Chuck and Vinny. Oh, it's tough to see on the screen, but I don't think he hit it. Now Dan's taking ball in hand. So if Dan looks like he's probably, I would draw this to be able to follow the 6 down for the 8-ball. Okay, good. He did that. Jake's going to have to come off probably 2 rails here. Set up on the 8-ball. A little bit short. Came up a little bit short. Hit it well, just a little bit short speed-wise. I think Dan's either going to cut this in or he's going to play safety. I mean, that's pretty obvious. So it's personal preference here. No, he's playing the safety shot. He's going to just touch the right side of the 8 and bring the cue ball down towards where the 9-ball is. Leave the opposition length. Very good shot. Chuck steps up to a 9-foot difficult shot on the 8-ball. This is a challenging shot. This will really test you. You can bank it, you can cut it, you can try to play safety. You got a few options here. So Jake steps up to the table with a shot at the 8-ball. He can cut it down the rail. He could bank it. He could play a safety. He definitely has a couple options here. Cheryl IR is online. Good to see you. Sherry IR, I apologize. Jake pockets that well, sets Dan up pretty darn well for the 9-ball. He's got to cut it into the bottom right corner to get them to a 1-0 lead. Oh, he got away with it. It's a good leave. He Although if it's frozen on the rail, this is pretty easy to spin it in. Yeah. What you're going to try to do is you're going to try to not hit the 9-ball. You're going to try to hit the rail first with a lot of left-hand English. And you're just missing the right side of the 9-ball by about 1/16 of an inch, and the spin's going to throw it to the left. That's what Vinny elected to do, and he makes it, and they take a 1-0 lead. So we got Chuck and Vinny up 1-0. All right. Got 3 votes in the poll, all of which are favoring Jake and Dan, which is kind of surprising to me. Not surprising, but it is in the sense that 100% Dan and Jake, because in all honesty, I know all of these guys and I know their games. To me, Jake is the best of the 4 players. Then Chuck and Vinny are very similar and close. I would personally give Chuck a little bit of an edge, and then Dan's the 4th. But I'm going to pull for Chuck and Vinny in this. It's going to be close. It's going to be great. Good players, good shooters. We're going to have some good pool here tonight, that's for sure. But I'm pulling for Chuck and Vinny in the poll. Now we have 4 people for Chuck and Vinny. Wow, how do I get to vote? I want to vote. I mean 4 for Jake and Dan, apologies. All right, so Jake steps up to the 4-ball. He's just going to follow this to get to the 5-ball, past the 7. Left Dan a good shot to cut it down the rail with a little bit of left-hand English to bring the cue ball back over to the other side of the table for the 6-ball. Which he does very well, although he came up a little short on the position, but Jake can certainly make this and cut this down the table. That's going to make cue ball go probably 2 or possibly 3 rails to come out to the middle of the table for the shot at the 7-ball. Jake was not happy with that. Looks like he was trying to play a safety there, or make it because the position was pretty good. So Vinny and Chuck are going to step up to the table here. He's got a good shot at the 6-ball. Going to come off the rail, back out to the middle of the table for the 7-ball. Chuck's looking at the 7. He's going to cut this to the right. He could either just be gentle with it, or it looks like he's going to firmly come off the left rail, which is the way I would have gone as well. Leaves Vinny a nice cut down the rail to the bottom right corner. You could either just leave the cue ball there or come across the table. Knowing Vinny, he's probably going to come across the table. He's going to play a 1-rail shot, I think. Yeah, he does that. Sets up Chuck beautifully for them to take a 2-0 start in this race to 11. Okay, he bangs it in there confidently. And Chuck and Vinny have a 2-0 lead in this race to 11. We got some good, exciting pool this evening. Looks like, sorry, just reading a message here. Looks like Sherry, who's joining us in the chat, is playing in the VNEA state tournament. That's awesome. Good luck. Shoot well. Vinny breaks here. He breaks dry. So looks like Six is going to come up to the table. He's got a good shot at the 1-ball. I don't think the 2 goes in the bottom left corner. It does not. So I think Sticks is just going to put a little stun draw to bring the cue ball back to the middle of the table to put the 2 in the left side pocket. He's going to slip the cue ball between the 2 and the 5, or 2 and the 3. Yeah, he does that really well. Sets Jake up beautifully for the 2 in the side, which is just going to follow and come off the next rail to leave the 3 in the right side, which he does. Now getting to the 4 is going to be interesting because you can either come down low or you could try to leave your cue ball in the position between the 6 and the 8, which is a smaller window, but I think that's the way to go. Yeah, he just stopped it right there. Leaves Jake a good angle to pocket the 4 and come naturally across the table for the 5 ball. Didn't want to leave his partner on the rail, but Sticks should be okay with this shot. Just a nice smooth stroke with some follow. It's going to put the 5 in the top right corner, have the cue ball come off the right side rail out towards the middle of the table for the 6 ball. Oh, he hit that really well. Great shot. Left Jake a beautiful shot on the 6 ball. It's going to be interesting getting from the 6 to the 7. I mean, I would hit this with the bottom right, but then you're asking for short side shape. Which is exactly what Jake did. Hit it. Oh, went a little further than he was hoping. I don't officially know, but I'm guessing, just like most of our Scotch tournaments, that each of these teams will be allowed to take 1 timeout per rack. But that's something that I can certainly verify. Played a really smart safety there. I know that all of these guys jump very well. Vinny's not a huge fan of jumping, but he does it. The other 3 jump quite well and easily and enjoy it. They also like long walks on the beach. All right, so Chuck kicked at that, left Jake a pretty makeable shot at the 7 to the very makeable shot. I was just thinking of a pretty simple-ish out. Was what I was trying to gently say. He's going to draw this to a little bottom right to get around the top right corner of the table, which he does. And I think he went a little further. He did go a little further than he wanted, but they're okay. They're in good shape. Dan's just going to pocket this. He's just going to make this to the top right corner of the table and draw the cue ball back to make the 9 ball in the bottom corner. Ooh, shucks. Got a really good leave out of this, though. That's one of those good misses. Vinny's really going to have to reach for this 8 ball. He might have to shoot it left-handed. He also likes to... He does some funky stuff with awkward... Yeah, he's just going to touch the left side of the 8. Play a safety, leave the cue ball at the other end of the table. I'm looking at a comment here. You still in it, Amanda? Are you saying you lost a match in a double? Oh, what a great bank. Wow, beautiful shot. Sets Sticks up perfectly for the 9 ball to get them on the board, which he pockets. And we now have a 2-1 match. Great bank by Mr. Miozzi to set up Sticks there. Okay, we now have 5 votes. 80% for Jake and Sticks, 20% for Chuck and Vinny. So Jake's going to be breaking here in the fourth rack. He did pocket a ball. And perfect. The cue ball's just hanging. I mean, sorry, the one ball. Oh, he did. He broke try. I apologize. The one's very makeable. It's going to be interesting setting up on the two ball. Chuck played that great. Left Vinny perfectly. Vinny's just going to make this two ball and leave the cue ball. Just punch the cue ball off the rail. So Chuck's got a better shot at the three ball. You never want to be on the rail. It's harder to control. You can't apply draw if you need to. It's just harder to contact the cue ball the way you want. Luke, I'm not sure who you are. I probably do know who you are. I definitely know your name. Of course, I would definitely play you. I'd play anybody. And for those wondering what I was talking about, somebody challenged me to a fun race to 7 on our comments here. So, yeah, I'm up for that. We don't have to play for spots. We can just shoot some pool and have some fun. So right now it looks like Jake's figured out how to set Dan up properly or well on the 4 ball, because the 8 ball is in the way to get to the 4 ball from this position. You would normally just draw it. Hit that really well. Now the challenge is going to be getting from the 4 to the 5. It's the shot's just a little bit off center of being perfectly straight. Dan's going to have to stroke this well and draw it well. He did both of those, but unfortunately the 4 ball was not pocketed. Although it's a challenging shot for Chuck, he's shooting over a ball. It's not an easy shot. He might just clip the right side of the 4 ball and play 2 rail, bring the cue ball off the side rail and the back rail and leave the cue ball behind the 5 and the 9. Oh, he did it the other way. Okay. This is why they're better than me, people, because I see things the wrong way. But as we always say whenever we're commentating this pool stuff, that everybody has their own patterns and preferences as to how they shoot, which I totally understand and respect. That safety came up a little bit short for Mr. Miosi. Leaves Vinny a really good shot at the 4 ball. I'm not sure if he's going to go up all the way up to the top of the table and come back for the 5, or if he's just going to slowly roll that a little bit and leave Chuck the 5-9 option. Looks like he did go up and back to try to set his partner up better, but it did not work out as well as he was hoping for, unfortunately. Okay. All right, so now we're looking at not a clean shot at the 5 ball. I think a safety is going to have to happen here. I don't think. Sorry, the light's in the way. Can't see who's shooting here. But whoever's shooting does not have a clean shot at the 5 ball. Played that very well. Great safety. Sticks hit that perfectly. Now Vinny's coming up. He's going to have to kick at this ball. I'm thinking he's kicking off the right-hand rail just a few inches shy of where the 8-ball is. That's how I would go about hitting this. This is very easy to hit, in my opinion. I would hit this a high percentage of the time. Oh, he's going for a little mini masse around the 9-ball. That's definitely what he's doing. Woo! Did he hit that well? Good shot, Vinny. Left Jake a long, tough shot on the 5. I'm sure safety will be happening here. Jake will most likely just be hitting the 5-ball almost straight, a little bit off center to leave the cue ball down on this end of the table where the 9-ball is and send the 5-ball up table. Or he might be doing it vice versa. Yep. Okay, we have I'm 99% sure that Chuck will be jumping this ball, and he will pocket it in the side. Chuck's a very good jumper. Oh, you can see the whole ball. Forget it. It's tough on screen, as we've said a few times. Hit that with left, spun over beautifully for the 6-ball. Left Vinny a great angle to make the 6 and set up on the 7-ball. You know what? Looking at that little icon of Luke, I definitely know Luke. All right, so Vinny's shooting the 6-ball here. Hit that with bottom right to come off, which he did well, but as we know, sometimes when you use English, it's going to throw the ball away or further away from your aim point, which is what happened there. So Jake and Dan have a good chance to run out here. They got a really good layout, 4 open shots. I think Jake's just going to make this in the side, come off the side rail and cross the table for the 8. Yep. Left Dan a great shot and a good angle to get on the 9. I would hit a little bit of stun left-hand English just to come back off the rail a little bit. Come out 6 or 9 inches maybe. Or a few feet. All right, we got a 2-2 match now. We've often said 9-ball is a momentum game. I want to mention this weekend we're having a great tournament. It's so much fun. I've played in this a couple times myself. It's the Kids Variety Club Telethon tournament. We raise a lot of money. It's a great time. Doors open up at 10 o'clock. It's a great fun format. Anybody can win this because it's a double elimination tournament, and each of the races on the winner side or the loser side, you're only racing at 2. So you can play people who are much better than you and beat them pretty simply. I mean, a race at 2, anybody can win. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great prizes. There's sticks you can win. There's a lot of other things we're going to be auctioning off, and you can win. It's a great event. I've played in a few times myself. A lot of fun. Great. We're going to have some specials for food as well. We're going to have a lot of entrants. It's a really good time. It's a great event. So we are at 2-2 now in this match. So tonight, just so everyone knows, even though it's on the screen, they're going to be doing races to 11. It's a best of 3 set. Now Jess is making fun of me after I delivered that data so well, so I didn't throw her under the bus. We have such great people here. For people that aren't familiar with Bison Billiards, if you like pool, this is the place to be. This is the premier pool center in the Western New York area. We're right behind the transit I apologize. Right behind the Eastern Hills Mall and in the Williamsville clearance area. All right, so back to the pool for a little while. We got Vinny shooting the 2 ball here. He's got to get down table for the 4, which he looks like the 5 got in the way. Yeah. Oh, the 3's right there. Okay, that's what I. Chuck doesn't have a great shot here. I think he's probably going to play it safe. Yeah. Although there is a window for Dan to see the shot, so I'm 99% sure he's going to be playing a safety here as well. Yep. Very good, smart safety. Right now we're in a game of patience. Anyone who's played 9-ball knows when this happens, you just got to play smart until you have a good chance to do something offensive. I think Vinny can see the right side of the 3 where he's just going to touch it, leave the cue ball down. Yep, on this end of the table. Oh, he hit that beautifully behind the 6. He puts the magic rack up on the light. All right, so right now we've got 6 votes. Ooh, great kick and slash safety. We've got 6 votes. Jake and Sticks are heavily favored still at 83%, and Chuck and Vinny are at 17%. Chuck's kicking at this off 2 rails. He's going to come off the back rail and the side rail probably. Yeah, unfortunately that set up their opponent pretty well. Didn't end up as a safety. Back to the tournament this weekend. Looks like they're taking their time out here, discussing how they want to navigate the rest of this track. So we're going to go back to the tournament again for a minute. It's just so much fun. I've done this a few times. They've got basket raffles. They've got 50-50 drawings. There's cue stick raffles. The doors open at 10 in the morning, and we're going to start at 11 o'clock. It's bar box 8-ball. Double elimination, races to 2 on the winners and loser side. And man, oh man, it's a good fun tournament. Anybody can win that one. It's $40 to enter. And it's a great time. Good food, good pool, good people, great atmosphere. He's deciding how he wants to play safe on this 4-ball here. All right, he went that route. I would have gone the other route where you just touch the right side and bring the cue ball back towards the 7 and the 9, but Vinny chose to hit the left side and take that safety route, which is probably why he's a better player than me anyway. I'm trying to learn, people, trying to improve. We all are. All of us that play pool and love playing pool. It's not only fun, we want to get a little better as well. And speaking of improving in this whole fun streaming thing, I'm going to put the... Let's see what we do with the 4-ball, how he plays. Oh, I don't think Dan hit it at all. Nope. He meant to just barely clip that 4. All right, so he left... Rizzo left Chuck and Vinny 5-ball. They're all open. 5-ball, pretty simple layout, run out. He's just going to play the 4 in the corner, come off the rail a little bit for the 5 in the side. Vinny's going to just put the 5 in the side, slowly roll the cue ball a foot and a half to pocket the 6 in the top right corner. He came off the rail, hit a little firmer than I would have, but I know a lot of people like to play position off the rail. Chuck's got a good shot here. Natural position to come across. Well, he came up a little short for the 7, but very, very makeable shot for Chuck, for Vinny here. All right, we got to work something out here. I heard the title on the stream is wrong here. I'm not sure, not quite sure what is wrong here. Let's see here. Okay, so Vinny, sorry I missed that. Vinny and Chuck just took a 3-2 lead here. Let me change the score there. We got Chuck and Vinny up 3-2 in the first set. They're doing a best of 3 set here. That was a dry break. I don't see any balls being pocketed on that one. What a pretty good spread and good layout here. It's going to be getting onto the 3 here is the challenge. If you can get between the 7 and the 3, you're in a really happy place because you could make the 3-9 combination and win the game. Let's see how Sticks navigates this. He's going to have to use a lot of right-hand English to come back down table. Oh, okay. He's playing. He's setting Jake up for the carom. Sometimes you got to take your medicine, as they say. Looks like he left Chuck and Vinny a really good shot at the 3 ball. Oh, okay, I see. I got it. All right, so it looks like the little error that I did was when you're on YouTube, it's not going to show that Jake and Dan are playing Chuck and Vinny. I launched the wrong thing, and it's showing that Amanda and Matt are playing. So disregard that. Obviously, Jake and Dan are playing Chuck and Vinny, and I put that up wrong. So my bad, people. Vinny doesn't look like he's in love with that leave that he left his partner. Not sure the 5 ball goes in the side past the 6. I don't think it does. Nope, Chuck's playing a safety. He's putting the 5 ball up table, leaving the cue ball down table here. Good smart shot. Great safety. Can we see a sliver of the 5 ball here to make contact, or are we kicking at it? I think you can see a sliver, but nope, he's kicking at it. It's tough to tell on the stream, as we've said many times. On the screen here that I'm looking at, I apologize. All right, so Dan missed that, and it looks like Vinny and Chuck are going to have ball in hand. They've got 5 open shots. Doesn't look all that difficult. The 5 gets to the 6 naturally. Then the 6 to the 7 is pretty simple. The 7 to the 8, yeah, I don't see any problems here whatsoever. I don't see. Oh, geez. All right, Vinny rolled that a little bit shorter than he wanted to for his partner, but this is perfect. Chuck's just going to follow this and get back down to the end rail, bottom of the table. Now it's a little bit more challenging to get on the 8-ball. The 7's pretty straight. We might be looking at an 8-9 combo here if the cue ball can get out towards the middle of the table. Vinny left Chuck a couple options here. Chuck can either bank the 8-ball. He can try to, I think he's going to try to carom the 9-ball from the 8-ball personally. Oh, no, he went for the offensive bank. So he left Jake a pretty straight shot on the 8-ball. Just stop it there, and boom, you got the 9 and game over. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, Vinny steps up to the table. The 8 obviously does not go past the 9. He's either going to play an 8-9 combination or carom the 8-ball and have the cue ball roll into the 9-ball from the 8-ball. He elected the combination route, and he pockets it beautifully. So it looks like Vinny and Chuck have taken a 4-2 lead. All right, where's everyone? Everyone that's online watching this good doubles match. Where you watching from? I know that we have some of our local players who are out of town right now playing in tournaments that have tuned in to say hi and see some good pool. Then we've got Nalina behind the desk, willing to help anybody. She's doing great. She's got a great smile. Great staff here at Bison Billiards.
You're gonna make me blush.
Oh, shucks, she's blushing. We like embarrassing our friends. It's fun here. All right, so Vinny and Chuck, they've got a pretty good spread here. They've got a good shot at the 2-ball. Cue ball's going to come across the table, probably 2 rails to pocket the 4 in the right-hand side pocket. Oh, he hit that really well. Left his partner in a, oh, wow, great spot. All right, so the 4, it's a stop shot, basically, or follow it a little. Then the 5's a stop shot. Right to the 6. Follow the cue ball a couple inches to the 7. 7 goes naturally to the 8. I'd say the hardest part of this rack is going to be going from the 8 to the 9. Other than that, it looks like pretty smooth sailing, so to speak. And we can use nautical terms tonight. I was in the United States Navy, people. All right, so Vinny's shooting at the 5-ball here. Stops the cue ball for Chuck. Chuck can either follow it a little bit or draw the cue ball a little bit to get to the 7. Looks he's electing, or he could follow it off the bottom rail. No, he's just going to be very gentle with it. Ooh, just slides it in. Leaves a great angle for Vinny to pocket the 7. Instead of coming across to the middle of the table and having to draw the 8-ball, he might actually draw the 7-ball here to get on the far side of the table to pocket the 8 in the bottom to be able to follow the cue ball down for the 9-ball. But we'll see how they shoot this. That's probably what I would do. Yep, that's what Vinny chose too. Came up a little short, but that's okay. Chuck can cut that in the side and bring the cue ball around the table 3 rails to set up in the 9-ball for the bottom left corner. He chose the bank option, and it didn't turn out so well for them. Left Jake and Dan a great shot at the 8-ball. Just going to pocket it. It's a little off center perfectly. You just draw the ball back a little to put the 9 in the bottom left corner. Pretty simple out here. Hit it well. Left his partner on the rail. Looks like both Jake and Dan Sticks are wearing earbuds today. Unfortunately, all four players have missed some uncharacteristic shots for them. Shots that I wouldn't expect them to miss, although we all do. We're human. Vinny's shooting at the 9 ball here to go up 5-2 in the first set. Ooh. All right, I'm going to step away for one moment. All right, people. So Chuck just broke. He scratched on the break. Team Jake and Dan have ball in hand. They got obviously you can put the cue ball anywhere you want, so no problem with the 1. He's just figuring out how he wants to get down the table for the 2 ball. I think he's going to do the 1-5 combo, leave the 1 there, and then get to the 2 from the easy hanging 1 ball. So Sticks leaves the cue ball hanging for Jake. He's probably just going to hit this with a little bottom right English to slide the cue ball between the left side pocket and the 3 ball is what I would do, or the line I would take. Nope. All right, he's tried to go between the 3 and 7. That's better and smarter. That's why he's much higher on the list than myself. All right, Rizzo's got the only problem I can see with this rack is the 4 ball. It only goes into the bottom pocket. The 8's in the way unless they have to do a combo there. But 2 and 3 look pretty simple. Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard to get to between the 4 and the 8 from positioning of the 3 ball. They're probably going to have to play the 4-8 combo, it looks like, from how they were left on the 3 ball. If you haven't been to Bison Billiards before, you got to come here, people. This place is the best. There's lots of leagues, probably 3, if not 4 nights a week. There's great tournaments every Saturday. A lot of tables. There's, I don't know exactly how many, but I'm saying probably 10 9-foot tables and probably 20 or 25, 30-ish 7-foot tables. There's also 3 cushion billiard table. There's also a 10-foot snooker table. There's darts. There's foosball. Great food, great drink, great people, great atmosphere. This is where you want to be. All right, Rizzo missed the bank. He left Vinny a good shot at the 4 ball. 4 to the 6 is going to be interesting. If he goes, if he goes ahead, he's probably going to hit the 9, but he could go to the right of the 9. Looking at the screen, okay, he did just kiss the inside of the 9 ball. Chuck's got a shot where he could either play offensive here or he could play defensive. I think he's probably going to put the cue ball behind the 8 ball, a little top left. That's what I would do. All right, Jake's looking at a good shot on the 6 ball here. Comes around the table nicely for the 8 ball. Came up a little shorter than he was hoping for, but Dan should have no problem cutting the 7 into the side. He can choose to go 1 or 2 rails to get to the other side of the table for the 8-ball, or he could technically do 3. You do the bottom, the side, the bottom, and the other side. That helps him in the sense of now the 8 and the 9 are on the same side of the table, so you don't have to do anything fancy or special with the 8-ball. With the cue ball. You just have to pocket the 8-ball, and then you'll be naturally on the 9. Oh, hit that really well. A little bottom left. Little stun shot. Came off the rail perfectly and just held the cue ball right there for Dan. Six is shooting at the 9-ball here. Oh, son of a gun. All right, Vinny's lining up the 9-ball here, chalking up his cue, taking an extra look. This could get them off to a great start, 6-2 lead. Okay. We do have a 6-2 lead now. Vinny and Chuck ahead of Jake Miosi and Dan Sticks Rizzo. While they're doing that, I'm going to put up, I'm going to show everybody our top players list. So right now, 4 of these players are in the top 11 spots. We got Dan Rizzo at number 11, partnering with Jake Miosi in the number 2 spot, battling against Chuck in the 6th spot, and Vinny in the 7th spot. And this coming Monday, we'll have a match with number 10th place Tyler Miranda, challenging Venkata Kaku. All right, I'm going to take the list off, get back to the good pool. Looks like we have a dry break. Jake steps up to the table. He's got a good shot at the 1. Oh, the 5 got in the way, but it looks like Dan can definitely see the 2-ball, but man, oh man, is it going to be hard to shoot this shot 8 feet and then draw it 8 feet to come back. He might just leave the cue ball there and say, I don't want to do anything fancy. This is the right side of the table to make the 3-9 combo. Yeah. So we've got 7 votes in the poll. Jake and Dan are still favored at 86% to Chuck and Vinny's 14%. Looks like Jake smartly played a great safety there instead of electing to shoot the 9-ball. Vinny's got 9 feet. He's got the cue ball on this rail. He's got the 3-ball on the far rail. Nobody wants to shoot this shot. You know a safety's coming because he doesn't have a good offensive shot. So how is he going to play this one? Stay tuned and find out. I don't think he hit that as well as he liked because now he's got left his opponents a really good spread here. Make the 3-ball with a little bit of bottom left draw, come off the rail for the 4. Then you got the 5 right there. They got a good layout here, good spread. We're going to see how they navigate this table. All right, so okay, the 5-ball's pretty. So that's straight. That's going to be really. It's going to be interesting to get on the 6-ball from the 5-ball now. Hit that pretty well. Came up a little shorter than he was hoping for. Jake's probably going to play safety here. Yep, very well done. Oh, great shot. Hides the cue ball in a double sense. He hit it with length, and looks like the 8-ball is in the way as well. A double challenge. Hey, that's my height. Oh, he hit the tip of the pocket. That's an unfortunate roll. All right. Sticks and Jake have got to get out here. They're down 6-2. They got 4 easy shots. They got the 6-ball, then the 7 stop shot, 8 stop shot. Well, he went a little further than he wanted, or a little shorter than he wanted. Dan and Jake they're a little bit off right now. Their position is not as sharp as it usually is, but they're going to get in a rhythm, and then it's going to be dangerous. All right, Jake's about to shoot the 9-ball here to get back in this match. 6-3, tighten it up a little. There we go. All right. We are 6-3 now, and I will be back in a couple moments. Enjoy the pool. All right, I'm back. I know nobody missed me, but that's okay. At least you get to hear some commentating, some poor commentating. Well, we're having fun doing this, watching some good pool. Really nice cut on the 3-ball. Dan's got I'm pretty sure he's just going to shoot this into the side, but he might bank it. Then the cue ball is going to come around 1, 2, 3, 4 rails for short side shape on the 6, going to the bottom left corner. Oh, he hit that great. Just what I was proposing, the path he takes, but did roll a little bit further than he was hoping. Jake confidently strokes the 6 into the corner, leaving Rizzo a good shot at the 7 here. You're just going to draw the ball, have it slide out towards the middle of the table, and pocket the cue ball, pocket the 9-ball in the bottom left corner. Hit that great. Okay, it looks like they are going to get right back into this match. Get it to 6-4. Okay, now we got a good, tighter match. All right, we got 6-4. Chuck and Vinny are up against Jake and Sticks. Who do we like here? We got 9 votes. 89% are leaning towards Jake and Sticks versus Chuck and Vinny Socks. Any of the 4 opponents' fans are online. Let me know who you're rooting for, who you like. Do we have the lovely Emma this evening? She often joins us. I would think she'd be watching this, supporting her hubby. Let's see who chimes in, who's watching, who you like, how you think it's going to go, what shots you'd like to see, any questions you have, comments. He missed the 1 ball, but he did not leave them any spectacular shots, so not the end of the world. That was not a bad miss. Just unfortunate when you miss a ball you're expecting to pocket. He's kicking at the 1 ball, hits it really well. All right, that's not a bad leave, Chuck. Although I sense a safety coming here. The cue ball is probably going to get stuck to the 4 ball, most likely. Oh, he tried to put the cue ball behind the 7 instead. That would have been a heck of a shot. Still a pretty good safety. Did not leave them anything favorable. Vinny will most likely be playing a safety here as well. I think he's gonna put the cue ball up toward. Put the 1 ball up towards the top of the table and hit a draw and leave the cue ball back on this side of the table behind the 9 or behind the 7. Even better. Oh, did he hit that great? That's a pretty shot, ladies and gentlemen. I think Jake's going to be jumping this. Well, unless the tip of the pocket's in the way, which I think it is. Then you can't jump. Oh, yeah. Okay, he's okay. The tip of the pocket is not involved. Jumps the ball extremely well. Gets a great leave because Chuck will have to be jumping this ball too. And for us that know about this table and the right-hand upper and bottom corner pockets, they're tight, they're challenging. So doing anything like a jump into them, you got to hit this ball beyond pure. Chuck's a fantastic jumper. Let's see what happens here. Hit that great, jumped it well, didn't pocket it, but left a really good leave. Although if you short rail it, you can actually kiss the 1 ball off of the 7 into the corner pocket. That's how I would try to shoot this shot here. But it's not as easy as I made it sound. Although it is very makeable. It is what he tried to do. Left Chuck and Vinny a great shot at the 1 and a pretty delicious table. Balls are spread well. Everybody's got a home. There's no problems that I can see in this rack. But that doesn't mean they're out. It's not that simple. They got to work for it. All right, Vinny pocketed the 1 ball, left Chuck a good shot at the 2, just left a little distance, a little more distance than he would have liked. And Chuck using left-hand English threw it off to the left a little bit. Jake's probably going to try to bank the 2 on the side here, although he could just as easily play a safety. Yeah, now it looks like he's trying to see where the cue ball is going to roll. So I think he's probably going to play a safety, but we'll see. I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. Now I think he's going to bank it, actually. Nope, he did go for the safety. Great shot. Wow. Now you can't kick to the right. And it's tough to kick to the left because the 3-4 are involved. Whew. We're gonna see a good shot here. Could do a mass hit. Yeah, he's gonna go for that. Oh, maybe he can just see a sliver of the 2. He absolutely can. Could. Did. All right, we got some pretty good pool here this evening, people. We're having a special Friday night edition of Bison Billiards. We're doing Scotch doubles this evening. We got Jake Miosi and Dan Sticks Rizzo versus Chuck and Vinny Sox. Playing some 9-ball, race to 11, best of 3 sets for the winner this evening. Okay, we got we still don't have a great offensive shot on the 2, so I think Chuck's going to play safety. I think he's going to put the 2 ball back at the top of the table and leave the cue ball near the 9. Oh, he's going for the 2-7 combo. Great shot. Ooh, he got great position too. It's a win-win. I think Vinny Sox is just going to make this in the corner and follow the cue ball a couple feet. So the 3 is essentially straight for the bottom left corner. So then you would just stop the cue ball right there, stop it for the 4, come around a couple rails for the 4 to the 5. I don't see any problems here. Just got to work a little for it. All right, we got 9 votes in the poll still. We're at 89%. Jake and Dan favored over Chuck and Vinny. We got Vinny about to shoot the 4 ball. He's going to go forward with probably top left English to hold the cue ball on this side of the table. He could try to use right, but then that's so thin that you have to hit it extremely hard. And let's see how he plays this. Yeah, he did go with the top left variety. I like it. As long as you're not too straight on the 6. Oh, that's going to be good. He's under the 5 ball. So Chuck's just going to naturally come off the right-hand side rail, come out towards the little left-hand English, swing it out to the middle of the table perfectly. Vinny's going to pocket the 6 in the top right corner, and then the cue ball is naturally going to come off towards the 9. He might even use little left English to help him. He did. Chuck's got a good shot at the 9 ball here to take a 7-4 lead in the first set. And Chuck makes it. So Chuck and Vinny have now taken a 7-4 to lead in the first set. So we're coming to you live from Bison Billiards in Williamsville / Clarence, New York. The best premier pool hall in Western New York. If you live in this area, you enjoy pool, you gotta come here. This is the place to be. Fantastic tables. Anything you could possibly need related to pool. The owner, Mike, has an unbelievable pool cue collection. You can get $100 cues. You can get high-end custom cues. He's got cues for every level and every price point. So Vinny's breaking here. Oh, pockets the one ball, goes directly into the side pocket. I don't think the two ball goes past the four. I think we're going to see a 2-4 combo here, but it's tough to tell on video. I don't think the two goes by the four, but it might. Yeah, I didn't think it did. All right, so Vinny could put the two in the side. He could carom and make the 9 ball. He could play a safety. You got a ton of options here. He elected the safety route. The frustrating thing about pool to a lot of us players that are more offensive minded, we always like to go for it every time, but the way you win tournaments and gambling and matches is you got to play good, smart safeties. You got to play defense, whether you like it or not. Because personally, I'm an offensive, aggressive player. But there's many times like this you got to duck and hide and give yourself a better chance to get ball in hand, which will always increase your percentages of running out. When you give yourself absolute control of the table, which is the only way to win. Not the only way, but it's the best way to win, to control the table and control the cue ball. We gotta set up a Cash App because you guys started. I need some tips. I need some tips here, guys. I'm not getting paid enough for this. Although I do love it. This is a blast. All right, so Jake miscued there. Did not jump the ball. Vinny and Chuck have a great layout here. You're just gonna stop the 2 ball. Then you got a stop shot on the 3 ball. You got the 5 ball right there. You got the 6 in the side. You got the 7 in the corner. The 8 up where the 5 ball is. Wow, this is smooth sailing. I don't see any problem with them getting out here. I certainly would expect to get out of this rack if I had ball in hand. But I will say what makes things a little bit more difficult when you're playing Scotch doubles is there's many times I will shoot a shot and set it up a certain way to play a certain type of shot. But then my teammate won't actually play the shot the way I had it set up in my head because they think differently than you do. So yeah, that ends up making things a little interesting sometimes. This shot, they're calling their timeout here. I think this 6 is pretty darn straight. So they want to decide what the best method and best route is for them to get on the 7 ball so they can assure that they get out and improve their chances. Chuck's most likely going to make the 7 ball in the bottom right corner. He's either going to use top left or bottom right to come around on the far end of the table. Yep, he used bottom right. He was flirting with scratching there. All right, Vinny's got a very makeable shot here. It's challenging going up the rail, but it's going to give you easy, natural shape on the 9, so you don't even have to worry about that. The only thing you need to think about here is make the 8 ball, because, like I said, it's nothing tricky. If you make the 8 ball, you got the 9. You're set up naturally and perfectly for it. I'm not sure why he hit that as hard as he did, but he jiggled that ball. He rattled the heck out of it. So Sticks is lining up the 8 ball here. Just going to hit this with bottom left-hand English to keep it on the top side. Oh, no. To keep it on the top side of the 9 ball, but he tried to go under the 9 ball and instead it made contact with the 9 ball and didn't set up his partner as well as he would have liked to, but Jake will still cut this right into the bottom right corner, I would think, without a problem. I expect him to make this shot. He played a safety instead to ensure that they have a better chance of winning the rack. Good smart shot. I would have gone for it. But this is why Jake's number 2 and I'm not. Number 2 on the list. Yep. That's not going to be... That could be okay. Ooh, we got a little lucky. Good double kiss, Chuck. I know you didn't mean to. You were going for a clean bank. But that turned out pretty well in your favor. These guys are all buddies of mine, so I can bust their chops. Oh, wow. Beautiful spin shot. Good shot by Sticks to make that 9 ball. Tighten the matchup 7-5 now. We got a close one. Good match, just like we were all anticipating. We got 4 good shooters here, duking it out. In a race to 3 for, well, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, but they're definitely gambling. They have some money on the side, for sure. All right, Jake just broke and unfortunately pocketed the 1 ball, the 2 ball, the cue ball. The 3 to the 4 to the 5 is simple, and then the 6 goes in the side, right from the 5. I don't see many problems here. As long as you as long as you get good position on the 6 to go in the side, then you should be okay here. I don't see any problems. You're just gonna hit a little. Chuck's gonna hit a little bit of bottom left draw on this 4 ball to hold the cue ball up for the 5 ball beautifully. Yep. Now they're in good shape to set up on the 6 ball. You can either set up for the 6 in the corner or the side. Vinny's assessing where he wants to leave the cue ball. If he wants to set it up for the corner or the side for Chuck. If I was Chuck, I would shoot this in the side because the cue ball is just going to naturally fade off, roll off a little bit, and be right there for the 7. But Chuck's shooting for the corner, it looks like. Great shot. Left Vinny beautifully. He's just going to have to draw this back a little and hopefully not leave Chuck right on the rail for the 8 ball. But it's going to be pretty close to the rail. If he keeps the cue ball on that left side of the table for the 8 ball. Oh, he came off the rail much more than I was anticipating. That's really turned out well. Chuck's gonna go to the top right corner with a little bit of draw, hold it up for the 9 ball in the bottom right corner. No, he used the old inside English shot. So Sticks and Jake have a good opportunity to get into 1 game here in this set. Tighten this up more so. It's turning into a really good match now. All right, so Jake's shooting at the 9 ball here to tighten the race to 7-6. And that is where we stand. All right.
We got 7-6, right?
We got a 7-6 tight match now.
No, I'm just talking about.
All right, Jake's racking up the balls for his partner, Dan Rizzo. Sticks to give him a break and get this 14th rack underway. All right, so we got a dry break. Vinny's got a shot at the one. He can try to cut this in the top right corner or play a safety. He's probably just going to hit this pretty straight and follow the cue ball and marry it to the 8 ball. That's what I would do, play a safety. But he went for it. I like it. Here comes the safety, though, because Chuck does not have the best shot here, that's for sure. Oh, played that really well. Oh, I think Jake can see a piece of the... You can definitely see the edge of the 2, I think. He might even be able to cut this in. No, smart shot. Played for the save. All right, we got our buddy Jay Reed checked in. Good safety there, Vinny. You got to be patient this rack until something opens up offensively. We got the 4, 5, and the 7 tangled up in the middle of the table. Things are a little congested currently, but we'll see how this plays out. Looks like Vinny is definitely going to be kicking at the... I'm sorry, Sticks is definitely kicking at the 2 ball here. Hits it really well. Hold on, cue ball. Sit down, honey. Good leave. All right, for the poll, we still have 9 votes. Dan and Sticks are favored at 89%. Chuck and Vinny's 11. Really good safety there. Let's see how Jake's going to be kicking at this off the right-hand rail. Probably with a little bit of right-hand English, but maybe not. I don't think the 5 ball is in the way. All right, Jake's trying to see where he wants to make contact with the 2 ball. Oh, he did not hit the 2 ball. Shoot. All right, so Vinny steps up to the table. He's got cue ball in hand. He's thinking about the 2-9 combo because the 4, 5, and 7 aren't looking all that pretty. Oh, no, he might even play a 3 foul. He might be trying to 3 foul them. Yep, that's what he's trying to do. Looks like Team Chuck and Vinny are trying to 3 foul Jake and Sticks. We'll see how this plays out. I think Dan's got a good chance to kick this off the right-hand rail past the side pocket. Put some left-hand English to throw it down towards a 2. Plus the masse will definitely help. Ooh, okay. It is good that he pushed the 8 away from the 2 because now they're on 2 fouls, so it's going to be harder to hide one of the balls with if there was another ball available to duck behind. So they're on 2 right now. It's going to be interesting to see how they want to try to get him with this 3rd foul. I think they're going to just touch either the left or right side of the 2 ball and have the cue ball come back down towards the mess in the middle of the table and hopefully stick them behind one of the balls somehow. Or what you could do is I think he's going to make the 2 and the 3 and play safety off the 4 ball because it's easier to duck and hide with all the other balls there congesting the mess. but he got a little more of an angle for his partner than he wanted. Oh, he hit that really well. To hit the 4-ball straight, the 4-ball is going to hit the left side of the 7 and come back towards where the cue ball is. So it may not work out so well, but let's see how they navigate this shot with their opponent on 2 fouls. Oh, they played the combo. Great shot. I think they're most likely going to try to get the 3rd foul here because they don't have a great offensive shot, but I'm not sure how they're going to. It's tough to foul when there's not as many balls to hide behind. But I definitely see a safety coming here. All right, so Dan, Sticks, and Jake are on 2 fouls, and they're shooting at the 4-ball here. When I was saying that you're on the 2 fouls, if you, in 9-ball, if you foul 3 times in a row consecutively, you lose that rack. All right, so they've now, they didn't get 3 fouled, they just reset their fouls, so they're back to 0 and no threat to lose in the foul sense. We knew what Chuck was trying to do there, but it didn't happen as well as he was hoping for. The 4 is very makeable, and the table is pretty wide open from that point. All right, Jake steps up to the table. He's going to probably put the 5 in the side, have the cue ball come off the top rail and come back out for the 6-ball. All right, he played it around the corner. Beautiful angle. I would essentially just, it's not straight, but I would just stop it. I mean, just roll it a few inches essentially and have a good shot at that 8-ball right there in the top right corner. Same with this shot. Jake played that beautifully, left his partner Dan Sticks Rizzo a great shot to tie up this match at 7. Okay, now we got a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. It is all tied up. We got a beauty. I'm just reading a comment here from Jay Reed. If Jake starts to concentrate on sticks. Yeah, they're both of the, surprisingly, all 4 of these guys are just a little bit off. They've definitely missed some shots that are uncharacteristic of them, and they're getting a little bit out of line. But I have a feeling once either of these team gets into a rhythm, it's going to be interesting, because we know, as we've said often, that 9-ball is very momentum based, and you can definitely string some racks here and there. Jake's got to switch his break spot, because that's at least the 2nd or 3rd time he's scratched with the cue ball in the side pocket. So I would definitely recommend that. But it's hard to tell someone who's a lot better than you, hey, why don't you try doing this? All right, so Vinny's just I'd probably just stop this, although I'm not sure if he's going to follow it past the 6-ball, the cue ball. Yep, okay, he chose that route to bring his, get his teammate closer on their next shot. I think he's just going to follow. Oh, no, that's not the 3-ball. That's a 7-ball that I was looking at. Chuck just jiggled the deuce. So the 2 balls just hanging there. Easy shot for Sticks to make. I would just hit it very thin so the cue ball does not pass the, stays on the left side of the 6-8, which he did very nicely. Jake's just going to make this in the top right corner, come off the bottom rail, possibly the side rail for the 6th. Oh, he must have touched the ball. He gave him ball in hand. All right. Chuck and Vinny need to get out here. Someone's got to take the 8-7 lead here. I don't see any problems here. I don't see any problems with them getting out. They just need to pocket the balls and set each other up better. They've definitely been struggling in that respect. All 4 of the opponents seem to be off a little bit tonight. They're getting out of line a little bit. They're missing shots they don't generally miss, even though they're still shooting pretty darn well. Yeah, Chuck is not happy. It's a little bit of a challenge getting from the 6 to the 7. A little bit of left-hand English. Yeah, didn't hit it hard enough. That seems to be the theme this evening. Everyone, a lot of the players this evening are coming up a little short with their positioning. So Jake played a nice, smart safety there, trying to hide Vinny from the 7 ball with the 8 ball. Looks like he did it, but I think Vinny can see some, if not most of the 7. Nope, he's kicking at it. Good chance of hitting him the side. Oh, almost did. All right, Dan's got a very makeable shot here. I'm just going to put this in the top right corner. You can either slow roll it to hold the cue ball in the middle of the table, or you can hit it firmly and go 1, 2 rails and back across. But then you're flirting with scratching in either of the side pockets. So you need a little inside left English to offset that. Oh, shucks, he hung it. Everyone just seems to be a little off right now. Hopefully they're going to work out the kinks in the second set. All right, I don't see any problems here with Vinny and Chuck taking the 8-7 lead. And that's what has just happened. All right. Vinny's breaking here with the 8-7 lead. Pocket the 7 ball. Leaves the 1 ball hanging. Great shot for Chuck. But it's going to be interesting. He's going to have to hit this with... He's going to have to draw the heck out of it or hit a little bottom right to be able to make the 2 in the bottom right corner. Come down, have the cue ball come down on this side of the table for the 2. Man, oh man, he hit that pretty darn well, ladies and gentlemen. Left Vinny a great angle on the 2. Now the cue ball is going to be flirting with hitting the 3 and the 8 after he pockets the 2 and the cue ball comes off the bottom rail. He played the safety route, good smart shot. Bury the cue balls behind the mess. All right, we're still at 9 votes. Jake and Dan are favored at 89% to Chuck and Vinny's 11%. I agree with that comment, Mr. Reed.
I don't think we're gonna have a big turnout, though. There's a couple other tournaments going on in Pennsylvania.
That's also I understand a lot of people nowadays are wearing earbuds when they play. I'm not a huge fan of it, although I do it sometimes. But it's weird to me when both teammates are wearing them, because then you're not communicating at all during the match. You're just in your own zone listening to whatever it is you listen to. I personally listen to music when I'm shooting every once in a while, but if I wear earbuds, I just have one earbud in so I can hear and still communicate with people. But here we go. Let's see how we're. Oh, okay. I like how he did that. Left Jake a cuttable shot, but he's going to have to use the inside left to. There we go. To keep it on the proper side of the four to be able to pocket the four in the bottom left corner. Yeah, we just did have a good comment in the comment section about different patterns, which is what I was describing earlier. That's the hard part to me about playing Scotch is I will set up or play a ball a certain way for the following shot to be a certain way to get to the next ball, where when you do that, your opponent may not, when it's their turn, they're not going to see the shot the way you initially saw it or how you intended on you guys navigating that. So the patterns change throughout the current rack. Okay, so Sticks and Jake just tied up the match there. We are all knotted up at 8 in a race to 11. It's a great break. He pocketed 2 balls. Everything's wide open, although unfortunately you don't have a great offensive shot on the one. But man, that's a good break when you only have 7 balls and they're spread wide open. Everyone has a home. Oh, that's an unfortunate miss that could be costly. Vinny's going to pocket the 1 ball, have the cue ball softly come off the rail. So Vinny can either play the 2 ball in the side or the corner. I would think he's going to probably play in the corner so he could roll the cue ball up or down table for the 3. Oh, no. Chuck could bank this, but then it's going to be hard. He's got to go hard with a lot of spin, 4 rails around the table to get all the way down for the 3 ball. No, he's playing it safe. He's going to hit the left side of the 2. All right, he left Jake a long, challenging shot on the 2 ball here. Ooh, I thought he made that. Hit that really well. He might have got really lucky with this lead, though. Vinny's going to be kicking at this off the bottom rail. He's pretty confident he's lining up to kick it in. Great contact. Good solid contact. Left them pretty safe. I have a feeling another safety's coming here. Probably going to leave the cue ball up table and bring the 2 ball. Well, I don't know that you want to leave it near the 9 ball. You may want to do it the other way. Leave the cue ball down here. Yeah, that's what he chose to do. This is a tough shot. It's very makeable to go to the top left corner, but then you have to hit top inside English to go around the table 4 rails to get to the 3. Ooh. Almost pulled that off beautifully. All right, what are we doing here? Are we playing a safety or are we trying to cut it in and just naturally come down for the 3 ball? It's a 2-way shot. Yeah, that's what he went for. I don't blame him. That's what I would have done. Oh, what a great bank. Now, do you play safety here or do you carry him the 9 ball? Or do you go for both as a 2-way type of scenario? Go for the bank and the carom is what it looked like. Oh, no. All right. Team Dan and Jake have a great opportunity to run out and take a 9-8 lead in this first set. Oh no, a little too much. Unfortunately, everyone's still struggling a little to find their groove. All right, what's Jake planning here? What type of safety? He's going to do a stun draw and leave the cue ball at the top of the table. Yep. Leave him 9 feet to deal with. Good, smart, safe shot. And he's taking a look at the 9 ball, but I'm at 8-8. This is not when you can make a mistake. This is where you need to make sure you win this rack. You got to play a safety here. Oh, he's trying to kick. Oh, I thought he could see the 4 directly, I thought. Looks like. Oh, no. Hey, I just got a text from a buddy of mine who's very complimentary or complimenting me about my commentary this evening. So I'm glad everyone's joining in and having some fun, watching some good pool. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is where you gotta. Part of me says go for the 9 ball, but part of me says, you know what, you can't guarantee that you're gonna make it. So make the 4 ball, and you're pretty much naturally right there for the 5 ball. I think that's what they're discussing here. Everyone gets each team gets 1 timeout per rack. Looks like they're just discussing how they want to finish this out. And actually, I do want to say something. Yeah, I agree with you, Jay. I would definitely hit low right here, come around to make the 5-9 combo for sure. Uh-oh. He's not going to like this. Okay, so I got to say, well, let's see what happens here first. I'm not going to say it. I'll just do something different. All right, so Jake is just going to... Now he's looking at the carom. Yep, okay, he's going to carom it instead of cutting the 4 into the 9. No, you gotta cut the 4 into the 9. Yep, smart shot. This is a guarantee. Oh, okay, it's not a guarantee. What do I know? Holy moly! All right, now it is 9-8 for Chuck and Vinny. What do you say, Jay? We should challenge these guys. All right, let me change the score here. Chuck and Vinny just took that one. We are at 9-8 now in the race to 11. Chuck and Vinny are discussing how fantastic the commentary is this evening. Yeah, I highly doubt that's the case. I'm gonna put the top players list up. This is gonna be a fun one for the person who just texted me, because hey, they are now on the list. Somebody has fallen off the list. Adam Maloney has taken over the 20th position, winning his challenge match last week. So congratulations, Adam. Welcome to the list. All right, we're playing a push out here. For those who aren't as familiar with 9-ball, what a push out is after the break, the person who's shooting the shot can either elect, they can do a push out and put the cue ball wherever they want on the table, and the next person who's shooting has the option to either shoot that shot that was given to them or pass it back to the team that left them that shot or person. Sticks is electing to shoot this shot. Oh, I thought he pocketed that really well into the corner, but that was not the case. All right, Chuck's coming up to the table. He's probably going to thinly back cut that into the top right corner. Send the cue ball. Okay. Well, that turned out pretty snazzy. Although it's going to be tough to put the cue ball between the 5-8 window for the 4-ball. All right, I'm looking at reading a couple of comments here while we're watching some good pool. I'm talking about the list. Oh, good safety. Oh, great two-way. Oh no, it was going to be a safety or a two-way. All right, so the list I'll quickly show. In the comments, Amanda, who is in the 16th position, just challenged Dave Bauer, who's in the 14th spot. I can't commit to that, but I'll definitely talk to the people that control this fun thing, and we'll try to get that to happen for you. Jay Reed asked to be on the bottom of the list. I'm not sure if that was in jest, but I know that if Jay is on the bottom of the list, he will very soon be on the top of the list. He is definitely one of our better shooters, and he would climb that list pretty easily. We should definitely get Jay involved in this. I'd love to have him involved in this. He should be on this list. So looks like the team has taken their time out here. The 4 to the 6 isn't necessarily an issue. They're trying to play a safety. They're going to leave the cue ball behind the 7 and the 9. Try to put them on 2 right here. Yeah, the 7 is in the way. I think I could jump that ball. That is a fantastic place for the 4 ball to be if they get their opponent on 2 fouls, because then it's really easy to hide the cue ball in the 6 and the 8. You know, for those pool players. Oh, great hit. Sorry about the laugh. One of my pool buddies just texted me something that I thought was really funny. Oh, he's a great guy. All right. Are we playing a safety? You got to be playing a safety here. Hit it pretty darn well. That's it's going to be a fun ball to hit. Come on, Jay. Come join us for a little bit of fun on this stream thing. You deserve to be on the list. You're a great shot. All right, so Vinny just double kissed that 7 ball. Left Jake and 6 are very reasonable out. Looks like Jake's going to be going to the right. And roll the cue ball up to the 8 in the same pocket. Nope, he went to the left. Hit the ball a little firmer than he was hoping for. Just went past where he wanted to be, 6 or 9 inches in that region. So here comes a safety. The cue ball is going to be down near the 9 ball, I'm guessing. Okay. Time to play some safeties, duck and hide a little bit. Because at 9 to 8 in a race to 11, this is not where you want to make the error. Chuck went for the bank. Left Jake a really good shot at the 8. I would hit bottom left on this. Yep, that looks like what he's trying to do as well. To suck the cue ball back off the rail. Yep, he did it, but did not pocket the 8, but got away with it. Did not leave the easiest shot. I would go for the shot to the right-hand corner, to the left-hand corner, just because it's a natural shape on the 9. The cue ball's coming right back down here, and I just like it. Plus, if you overcut it, you're most likely going to end up with the safety. It's a good two-way shot. But everyone's out to prove me wrong tonight. Oh, Vinny. Oh, that's an interesting way to get to the hill. To crap in the 8 ball. But that's part of the 9 ball. All right. Chuck and Vinny are on the hill now. In the first set, because they are playing best of 3 here. So Chuck and Vinny Sox are up 10-8 right now on Jake and Dan Sticks Rizzo. So where the people that are paying attention and watching this event, where are we logging in from? What part of? I know many are local. I know some of our local pool players are currently in Pennsylvania playing in a state tournament. Some of them are watching from there, which is lovely to have you with us. Chuck played a smart safety here. Buries the cue ball behind the 7 and the 9. That's going to be a foul, yeah. And for those who are newer to this, the reason why that was a foul is even though they did make contact with the lowest ball on the table, after you make contact with the lowest ball on the table, any ball has to touch a rail. So he did hit the 2 ball, but a ball did not hit the rail after he made contact with the 2 ball, the contact ball. That was an interesting way to play it, but man, did that turn out perfectly, because now Vinny just makes the 4 in the corner pocket and gently rolls the cue ball up for natural position on the 5. All right, so Chuck, he hit that really well. Left Vinny straighter than he wanted. He definitely wanted to be on the angle where he was on the other side of the 6 ball. I would have loved to have been on the rail so the cue ball can naturally roll out to the left of the 6 ball, closer to the 7 ball. Left himself perfectly on the 7. He could easily cut this and try to run out, or he could play a lockdown safety too. I think he's going to cut this. Oh, Chuck. That's a tough one to miss. Although he really didn't leave a great position on the 8 anyway, if he had made that. Yeah, see, everyone's just a little bit on a line here with their positioning this evening. Everyone's off just a hair. But Jake and Six just tighten the match. This set is now 10-9. So let me mark that. All right. We got a good close match. Just as we thought we would have. We got 4 of our top shooters duking it out here in some Scotch doubles 9-ball. Playing a best of 3 set. Races do 11 in each of the sets. All right, they're just going to leave the magic rack right there because something's touching it, so they don't want to disturb that. Smart choice. Jake just plays a good 2-way shot, which turns out to be a good safety. Not such a great safety. You can definitely see the 1. You could probably make it, but it's not the easiest shot, that's for sure. And the two is no picnic. It doesn't have a pocket to go to. Although I have a feeling the 2 and the 9 are going to be taking a little ride here. The lucky thing about this shot is the 2 is just going to stick to where it is, because once it hits the 9, it's just going to. I call this a croquet shot, because it's going to do very much a croquet effect if you hit it in that manner, where the 2 ball is just going to propel the 9 ball and stay right there. But seeing as he's hitting it thin across the face of it, it may not work out that way. Although it does look like that's the line that's going to hit, because it's going to push the 2 ball directly into the 9. So those that are watching and viewing, if you're in the Buffalo area, what did you think of our lovely snow today? That was not fun, considering that the weather has been gradually getting nicer. I was not a fan of having to brush some snow off my car today. Plays a really good shot there. I think we're going to see the 2 ball get jumped into the side. Oh, nope. Vinny's going to kick at it. All right, so Jake steps up to the table. They've got a really good layout here. I don't see any problem with them getting out. The 2 ball goes right to the 3. 3 goes right to the 4. 4 to the 6 is a little bit of a challenge. The 6 to the 7, there's really not many problem areas. You're going to definitely need to make a couple quality shots to make the process work, but these are good shooters. I don't see them having problems here. Don't want to involve the 9 ball here when you're setting up on the 6. Put a little. Oops, that turned out absolutely great. Just going to draw this back a little, or you may hit this with top right English and go around the 8 ball. You could hit this with top right, and that's going to have the cue ball go to the right hand rail, then spin beneath the 8, and then spin around. Just how Jake just pointed it out. Side rail, bottom rail, and possibly the left side rail to get to the 7. 2 rails for sure, possibly 3, depending on how hard you hit the ball. Oh, Dan chose the alternate route, which I did not even see. That's probably why they're a lot higher on the list than me, but that's another talk for another time. All right. Jake and Sticks have a good chance to get Hill here. Once again, he went a little further than he was hoping for, but they're all right here. Jake shouldn't have an issue pocketing the 9 ball here. Okay, we are Hill in a barn burner. See who's going to take the first set. Let me go check on the guys. I'll be right back. All right, so they did pocket a ball in the break. They're still up at the table. Jake and Sticks. One ball has been pocketed, but I definitely sense a push out coming here on the 2 ball because they don't have a fantastic offensive shot. They can't even see it directly, so it's hill here. You can't give it away. Got to play smart. This could actually be. You could make the 2 ball, and you could almost make the 9 ball here with the carom. If you hit the mid left side of the 2 ball, the cue ball is naturally going to roll right towards the 9 on a really good line towards the side corner pocket. Which sort of looks like what Chuck was going for, but he hit more follow on it, which didn't allow the cue ball to slide over naturally. In my opinion, but what do I know? Are there any requests from our viewers? I've heard that I have a lovely singing voice. Okay, so we now have 13 votes as we enter the final rack of this set. Dan and Jake are favored at 77% versus Chuck and Vinny's 23%. There's definitely, looking at a comment here, there's definitely some action happening in this match. I know what's at stake here, what they're playing for. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. There's 4 strong shooters. Every time I see Vinny kicking at the ball, he always is shooting past, yeah. And he's using the inside English to offset that, but not a fan of that. Looks like he's missing it every time. All right, so Jake and Sticks are in control here to run out and take the first set. Just going to make this 3 in the top left corner with some bottom left to bring the cue ball back across the table so the 4 can go in the bottom left corner, which he did really well. Really, really well. Almost got Jake perfectly straight. Just draws that back with really good control for the 5 in the top left corner. If I'm Sticks here, because of the fact that it's a little bit offline, I'm just going to follow this about a foot. So the 6 goes in the right-hand side pocket, but he's probably going to draw the ball. Nope, he did the shot I was talking about. I see them in really good shape here to get out and take the first set. Wow, he went for the corner there. I don't get that. I would have gone for the side all day long with natural position there. But it's hard for me to question. He's a much better shot than I am. All right, so Chuck's got a good shot at the 6 ball here. Oh, no. Nobody wants to win this. What is going on, fellas? I'm about to take my pool cues out and challenge these guys. Okay, Jake's going to be shooting over the 8 ball here to pocket the 7 in the top left corner. I don't think it goes by. I don't think the 8 ball goes by the 9 in the bottom left corner. So I'm interested to see how he's going to set up on the 8 ball here. He's playing a power draw off the rail. Oh man, did he hit that good? Woo! And that's going to give the first set to Jake and Dan, most likely. We'll see. Just Put the 8 in the corner, follow the cue ball off the rail a little bit. Okay, here we go. First set to Jake and Sticks. All right, we are going to reset the numbers and start the second set. All right, I'm going to end that poll. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to keep this poll going. Because I set this poll up for the whole match, not for... I was going to do a poll each set. All right, guys, let's, I personally hope, as these 4 guys are buddies of mine, I hope I hope we still have a great, close, tight set like we did this first set, but I hope the guys shoot a little better. All 4 were a little bit off. They missed shots I never would have expected them to miss. Their positioning was a little bit short or long. But I think now that the first set's under their belts, they're going to feel a little more relief and not as much pressure. I think they're going to open up and just start to shoot much better pool. Okay, 2 really attractive people are at the front desk right now. Whoa. Had to be said, sorry. But I'm not sorry. I'm enjoying the view. All right, looks like the guys are taking a couple minutes of a break between the first set here. Let me go find out. I'll be right back. Okay, looks like we are ready to start the second set. Jay, I am sitting, so here, you know this pool room well. Where I am sitting is I am sitting at the bar between where the 2 sets of pool cues are on display. So can see the table. I can't really see the table because the computer screen's in the way, and so yeah, I'm literally just looking at the computer screen instead of the pool table because I can't actually see the pool table from where I'm sitting. It's an interesting spot, but we're working on moving that. All right, so we are underway for the second set here. We have a dry break. We're using a new magic rack that Chuck purchased off a guy who 3D prints them. I only know this because I was at Chuck's house a couple of weeks ago, and we were using that very rack, and he told me the story about it. Okay, the second set is underway. All right, so Chuck's shooting the one ball. It's one of those shots he just can't miss because it's hanging in the pocket. Just a question of what he does and how he gets on the two ball, which is literally he got right on the two ball. All right, Vinny's he won't have a problem cutting the two ball in, and the cue ball is going to hit the six and stop, which it did. That turned out really well. Chuck's got a great shot at the three. It's going to be interesting to get to the four ball. He's going to have to draw this or hit a lot of top left and hope to not hit the five. Oh, they hit that great. All right, so Vinny's just looking at... He's going to pocket the four, and what you want to do is you want to roll the cue ball 9 inches to a foot and leave yourself between the 6 and the 9 to give yourself a shot at the 5. He chose to not mess with that tiny window and try to draw the ball. I think Chuck's okay, but it's tight. Yep, he looks all right. He's shooting confidently, so I think he's got no issue making the 5. Sets up beautifully for the 6. All right, so Vinny's lining up the 6-baller. He's going to make this and draw it. He's a lot... Oh, no. All right, so Jake and Sticks have ball in hand with 4 pretty simple shots here. Stop shot here on the 7. Oh, that's even better. He wanted to be over a few more inches so the cue ball can roll. Yeah, no problem. You got it. We're good. All right, so it looks like Sticks and Jake are going to be taking the first rack of this set. Let me mark that. If you're currently in Bison Billiards, go to table 4. You'll like what you're looking at. All right, we have 14 voters. There are 79% are favoring Jake and Sticks. We got 21% for Chuck and Vinny Socks. Dan and Jake just broke. They pocketed a ball. They're removing the magic rack. You definitely see the 2 ball. I'm not sure if you can see enough of it to cut it, but I think you can. Cut it in the bottom right corner. Hit that really well. Got a favorable kiss from the 6 ball. Jake drew that ball very well. Looks like he came up about 6 inches shorter of where he was hoping to be, but he should be okay. I don't see any problems here. Not sure that the 5 ball goes past the 9 ball cleanly. It's really tight on the screen. Oh, what a leave. All right, people, I'm not getting paid here, so you got to entertain me or send me some tips. Talk to me. It's lonely out here in the streaming world. Oh, nice kick. Oh, no. That's a very unfortunate roll on a fantastic shot. All right. Chuck and Vinny here. They've got ball in hand with 4 balls. Wide open. I don't see any issues here. It's just a question of how they're going to choose to navigate this rack. Vinny came up a little bit short on that leave as well. I think he wanted to go another 1.5 feet to the right. But Chuck shouldn't have any problem cutting this in backwards. Oh, he overcut the heck out of that. I'm really tempted to go over to the table and be like, tag me in, put me in, coach. Although I don't know that anybody would want me as a teammate, so I'm not sure about that prospect. Although on a side note, I generally do pretty well in the Scotch doubles tournament, so it can't be that bad of a partner. All right, what are we looking at here? We're looking at a pretty simple out here, I think. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Jay. I think Chuck and Vinny look, they seem a little deflated because I think the way everyone shot the first set, Chuck and Vinny should have taken that set pretty easily. They had a pretty early lead, and Jake and Dan weren't doing anything to threaten that. But then the swings happened. So yeah, after losing the first set, Chuck and Vinny definitely, their body language looks a little bit more negative, dejected. But who knows? Sorry about the chuckle. I just got another great text from my buddy. All right. Fires that ball in with an extreme amount of confidence. Jake and Sticks take a 2-0 lead. Apologies. Let me change the score here. So if you're online with us tonight watching and enjoying the pool, let me know where you're watching us from. If you're local, if you're out of town, you're just sitting on your couch, staying warm with the dog or the girlfriend or wife or husband or significant other of any respect. Oh, nice safety. Ooh, that's a beauty. Chuck's going to be kicking this 2 rails. Bottom rail, side rail. Oh, good contact. Really good hit. Oh gosh, I'm getting some good text from a buddy of mine. We're having some fun back and forth. Another person who's on the list. And it's a fun list. Anybody who's not on the list, try to get on the list. This is some good fun stuff, guys and girls. And for those not on the list that are curious about getting on the list, all you have to do generally is you're usually going to have to play a match to play against number 20 to see if you can get on the list. And I'll do my best to stay at the bottom of the list. So any of the people that are viewing that want to play me always have access to the easy duck. Oh gosh, that was a bad roll on a good shot. Chuck's going to be kicking to the 7. Makes really good contact with it, but unfortunately hangs it right in front of a pocket. All right, so Sticks is looking at a 8-ball shot with a draw to come back down table for the 9-ball here. I wouldn't. Didn't want to hit the side rail. That I would have tried to draw it back straight. That just eliminated some of the angle. But Jake shouldn't have a problem cutting this ball. All right, so Jake and Sticks take a 3-0 lead. All right, Chuck and Vinny gotta get on the board here. As we used to say in the old days, get your rear in gear. They got to get their rears in gear. Oh, I marked the wrong score. Apologies. It is 3-0. All right, so Jake and Dan won the first set. They got some momentum. Looks like Chuck and Vinny are, I don't know, they're just a little, they look a little down right now. So Jake and Dan definitely have some momentum, and they I'd want to feed on that and pounce on it because, as we've said before, this is a momentum game. There's definitely going to be some racks that Chuck and Vinny they're going to get in stroke and they're going to get into a little groove, and it's a momentum game. So you want to extend that lead as long as you got them. As long as you got them down, kick them in this situation. Oh, wow. He hit that so good. Oh, he came up a hair short. That's unfortunate. Oh, what a kick. Oh, I thought the 6 was going to get him. Looks like Jake's got a good shot at the 3. The 6 might get involved if he draws the cue ball back. The 6 is definitely can be in the way. But we'll see. We'll see how he plays this. You know how they say in the sports world, if you can't play, teach? Maybe that's why I'm commentating. Maybe I'm not such a great player. I'm better at the commentating thing. Oh, that was a great two-way shot going across corner to get back down here for the 4 ball and potentially screw him over, as he did if he didn't make it. That was a great shot. Very smart. Yeah, I think he's going to kick this. I would go between the 4 and the 9. It's a lot of right-hand English. Yep, that looks like what Chuck's doing. Made great contact. The right-hand English, as you can see, even though the 3 ball double kissed it, the English threw the cue ball back down towards this side of the table. All right, so I think Dan's going to cut this to the right. That was the effort, the attempt, but he's kind of glad he didn't make it because he didn't really leave the cue ball where he wanted to for the 4 ball. His partner would not have had a great shot at the 4. So Vinny's lining up 3 here. He powers it off the side rail, but that's not going to end up well. Chuck's going to be forced to jump over the 8 and the 9 ball. I'm going to say he's going to jump, bank this into the left-hand side pocket. That's my guess here. I know that's what I'd be trying to do. Woohoo! Heck of a shot, Chuck. Glad I called that one and got to witness it. That was a beauty, my friend. You owe me $20. Great advice. Good timeout. All right, that might have been just the shot that they need because Chuck definitely looks a little bit more confident now. They gotta get in this because they don't want to be out of it. That's for sure. They're down 3-0. It's not a good spot to be. You definitely want to get on the board. Get your confidence back. Get back in the match. Now on this shot, I'm going to put the 7 in the corner pocket and put the cue ball into the 9 ball to hold it for the 8 ball. Little left-hand English. Oh, gosh. All right, I have a feeling the cue ball is going to end up directly behind the 8 ball on this shot, between the bottom rail and the 8 ball. That wasn't quite how I saw that shot, but it's not a bad shot. I would have hit the 7 ball a little straighter, forced it a little bit more up table, and put the cue ball right on the 8 ball. Well, that's how it worked in my head. Not saying I would have executed it that way, but that certainly would have been my attempt. Great kick. Oh, is that going to go? Oh, no. Ay, ay, ay. When you don't make a ball, you certainly don't want to hang a ball for your opponent. That, as you would expect, makes it a lot easier for them. The 9 ball might be in the way. It's tough to tell on the screen. It looks really tight, but I think Rizzo's okay here. I think Sticks is all right. It's tough to see, though. Oh, no, the 9 ball's definitely in the way. Now I can see the table. Jake and Sticks have taken their time out for this rack. I think he's going to short rail it, but then you're risking scratching in the corner. Oh, he hit that well. If you hit the 7 ball directly like that, the middle of it, you won't scratch. But if you hit anywhere from 55% of the ball to 100, which is the middle towards the right of it, you would have caromed off of it and scratched into the corner pocket. My numbers may have been off, but you know what I meant. Maybe in the 60 to 90% range is where the cue ball would have scratched. Okay, so Vinny elects to play a smart... Oh, really good safety. The 9 ball is perfectly in the way. Which is kind of what they need. They need to get ball in hand and get out here and get on the board and get their confidence back and get back in this match. Or else Jake and Dan are just going to steamroll them. That shot turned out pretty darn well. Chuck could cut this, he could bank it, or he could play a safe. I think he's going to try to bank it, though. Nope, played the safe. Did a really good shot. This is a shot where I would hit it softly and have the 7 ball roll off the 8 ball and have the cue ball roll off on the other way, just like that, and try to get the 8 in the way. But he hit that a little harder than I would have. But that's why he gives me racks when we race each other. He's better. Although when he gives me weight, he usually doesn't like the result. All right, so Vinny, I was going to say Vinny should play safety here. He does. Left Jake, that's a bankable ball. He could go for this, which is going to naturally give him shape on the 8 ball. It's a little bottom left. He did go for it with bottom left, but it didn't work out that. Oh, it did work out pretty well. Outside of not pocketing it, did not leave the opposition a great shot. That's for sure. All right, we still just have the 14 votes, so that hasn't changed at all. Chuck and Vinny are assessing what they got here with the 7 ball. I think he might be trying to jump this, and I think Chuck is trying. I think he's going to try to jump this, and I'm not sure if he's going to try to make it in the side or make it in the corner. he's definitely jumping. I think he's going for the corner. Oh, no. Oh. Well, he made it in the corner, but the wrong ball, unfortunately. I don't see any issues here with Jake and Dan. They've got a ball in hand, 3 open shots. The only thing that's semi-problematic is getting from the 8 to the 9. 7 to the 8 is extremely simple. They're right next to each other. Just wants that to come off the rail. It said, no, I'm going to stay right here. Shouldn't be a problem, but Dan shooting at this to go up 4-0. And he makes it. They are up 4-0 now. All right, Chuck and Vinny really need to get their rear in gear, so to speak. I will be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Stick around. All right, I'm back for some more action. I hope hope you didn't miss me. I highly doubt you did, but here we go. All right. Vinny's got ball in hand here. He's seeing if the 3 ball goes by the 8. I'm pretty sure it does. I would have set it up for the other corner. So you make sure that when you make the 3 ball here, the cue ball was on the other side of the 8. But, oh, what do I know? I know that my buddies are not shooting their best game tonight. All four of them are a little bit off, although Jake and Sticks have definitely locked in a little more recently. They definitely have the momentum going. Obviously, they won the first set. They've got a 4-0 lead in the second set. That you got to get some good rolls, even when you're shooting well. You got to shoot well and get a little bit lucky. That's just how it goes. Just gonna hit this with a little draw, so it's on the correct side for the 6-ball. Hit that really well. Almost got Dan 2 straight. Hit that so darn good. But Dan will just draw this back. Pocket the 7 in the top corner, which is going to be great because then the cue ball would have you would have been able to follow the cue ball down table for the 8-ball. Your next shot, your next ball. All right, so if Vinny's doesn't have the greatest shot here, you could try to bank this, which is going to get you a natural shape on the 7, and it'll play a 2-way shot in case you miss it. Usually you're going to overbank it, and it'll go another rail as such, but he came up a lot shorter. Yeah, he left them a really good layout here. Oh, Jake came up shorter than he wanted, that's for sure. I think Dan's going to try to cut this with a lot of right-hand English to get him down for the 8-ball. Nope, he went for the bank. That's a great shot. This one I would hit with bottom left, so you're on the correct side of the 9-ball. He went on the other side of the 9-ball. He went for the short side. That would not have been good. Okay, it's obviously easy to make this 8-ball, but setting up on the 9, it's gonna be natural. You're gonna short rail it, so you're gonna hit the first rail, then the top rail, probably the side rail, then the right side rail, or you could just hit it ultra thin on the left-hand side and just go 1 rail. You got a couple options here. It all depends on your confidence level. And Chuck missed that 8-ball, unfortunately, giving Jake and Dan a really good chance to get up 5-0 here in the second set, which I can't see them not doing the way the layout is here. Yeah. Looks like we're going to be at 5-0. Not the way Chuck and Vinny wanted this set to start out, but there's plenty of pool left. Let me change a score here. And I tell you, all this watching a pool and commentating a pool has really gotten me itching to play some pool. I'm about to grab my cues. I want to play pool. Who wants to play pool with me? All right, that's a serious question. Anybody in the comments? Who wants to play some pool? Let's go. Come on. All right, so we got a scratch on the break here. Unfortunately, the 3, 4, and 7 are not in the best of positions here. But let's see how Vinny and Chuck go about navigating this track. I think Vinny's going to use a lot of inside English here to go 1 rail, 2 rail, 3 rails, and get between the 6-ball. Yep, just like that. Oh, slow down. Went a little too far. That's unfortunately been the pattern of this evening. The position for Chuck and Vinny has been a little bit long or a little bit short. And they've missed some shots too. So is the other side. But that's I think that's what the difference is currently in this match. Didn't get by the 8-ball like Chuck was hoping. Leaving Jake a good open shot at the 2, but like I said, the next set of balls is a challenge. So Jake says, you know what? I'm not going to make the 2. You deal with that baloney. Which I totally understand, respect, and appreciate. I've done it myself. And I will mention once again, this Saturday we've got the Kids Variety Club Telethon Tournament, which I've played in a few times. It's a great event. You get a lot of good players, a lot of fun. There's basket raffles, there's cue stick raffles, there's 50-50 drawing. There's a lot of fun ways to win, and the tournament is very winnable for anybody at any level because on the winner side and the loser side, it's just races to 2. Anybody can win a race to 2. That's the beauty of short, easy races. Not easy races, but short races. Is that it can very easily favor the lower player. But yeah, it's a great event. Like I said, I've played it a few times myself. It's a great cause. We generate a lot of money. We're gonna have a lot of people, a lot of good food. And a lot of good pool, a lot of good fun. So please join us. We open at 10 o'clock. It's a $40 entry fee. We open at 10, and the event starts at 11. So please join us. It's like I said, great food, great pool, great prizes you can win. You can win money. Oh, unfortunately scratched in that side pocket. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to the pool right now. But yeah, please join us for the tournament. It's a great one. We have tournaments every Saturday. Really, really good top-notch tournaments. Great players. Good times. Anybody needs anything related to pool, you can get it here. Mike's got a fantastic selection of cues. All the way from, we've got cues for everybody. We've got low-end cues for low-end players, beginner cues. You can get $100 cues. You can get custom cues made by some of the biggest names that cost thousands of dollars. Every range of cue and player we can accommodate. And any tip services, wraps, ferrule replacements. We do all. Actually, the guy playing right now, Dan Sticks Rizzo, he is the resident repairman for Bison Billiards. He does fantastic work. Great tips, refinishes cues, puts wraps on. He's done some of my tips before. He does great work. All right, back to the pool. Oh my gosh, what a cut. Oh, too bad, a little short. It turned out pretty well. All right, so it looks like Jake's gonna be kicking this off the back rail. Unfortunately, it kisses off the 6-ball and leaves Chuck and Vinny a pretty good chance to get out here. And you know what? They're down 5-0. They got to get out. They got to get on the board, boost their confidence, get a little momentum going. Because right now their body language is not very positive. So they need to get the train rolling here. Get back in this mentally, which will get you back into the game itself, the match. All right, now the 7-ball is going to go to the top right corner. The cue ball is naturally just going to come down to the middle of the table to put the 8 in the same pocket. Vinny set that up really well for Chuck. Chuck can either just follow the 6 inches and play the 9 in the opposite pocket, or punch it off the rail and play it in the same pocket. He chose the punch method. All right, Vinny, let's get on the board here, guys. All right, we're back in it now. Chuck and Vinny are on the board. Let's make a match of this. We are at 5-1 now. Is anybody listening? We hope you are, because it's some good pool. It's educational. Can only help you get better. It's fun to watch these 4 good shooters shooting. It's definitely a little different shooting on stream than just shooting. I've noticed the matches that I've played on stream, I got used to it, but the first couple I was definitely a little bit nervous because part of you is saying, "Oh my God, my friends and family are watching. I don't want to blow it or choke and have them see." So their nerves definitely factor in a little bit, but once you've done it a few times, just like anything, it becomes more natural and commonplace, so to speak. And you know how to settle yourself down, and nerves shouldn't factor in, but sometimes they do. All right, so Jake is, I apologize, Sticks is lining up the 1 ball here. He's going to use some inside English to go 2 or 3 rails to get to the 2 ball, which is what he did, but unfortunately he did not pocket the object ball. Chuck can either play a safety, he can either cut it to the left, or he can hit the 1 ball a little bit off center to the right of being straight, and put the cue ball back towards the bottom of the table and leave the cue ball near the 5 ball or 3 ball, which is what he did. Man, I'm getting good at these. I'm calling shots like I know what I'm talking about. It's getting scary. One of these days, I'll shoot that well. All right, so I think we're looking at a jump shot here. Unless it's Vinny. Vinny's not a huge fan of jumping. Okay, it's Jake. Jake is definitely jumping. Oh, look at that friendly. Oh, I thought it was gonna work its way into the side pocket there. Vinny plays it safe there. I know that Sticks will be jumping this shot. He's a great jumper. The shot is pretty darn straight. Although part of me says I almost wouldn't want to make it just because the 2 ball's in trouble after that. But the show-off side of me says, of course I want to jump and make it, especially on the stream. So Sticks does it. I love it. Let's go, guys. It's Friday night. Let's have a little fun. Great shot. Great jump, Sticks. Jake plays a really good smart safety there. Chuck may have a window, but I'm not sure with the 5 ball. I think the 5's just got him tied up a little bit. Nice jump. I just saw Sticks. He was behind the bar getting a cup of coffee. I complimented on his great jump shot there. He offered me a drink, being a good friend of mine. I already have a drink, but I appreciate you, buddy. Actually, 2 matches ago, I played Sticks on the stream, and he beat me. He shot pretty darn well, and I shot pretty well. I just struggled to get out, unfortunately. All right, so here we got Vinny on the 2 ball hanging. Okay, he elected for the stop-ish shot to put the 3 in the side, but he drew the cue ball a little further than he wanted. So Chuck's not as straight as he was hoping for. It's going to be really interesting to get on the 4 ball if he pack it. Yeah, good choice. Didn't work out great, but it was a good choice, I thought. If you can make a ball, but you're not sure about the positioning, you don't want to just risk it, so play smarter. Oh, Jake hit that really well. Really, really well. I think Dan's going to cut this in the top corner. Nope, he's going to play. Oh, beautiful. Good, smart. Really smart. Good, safe. Vinny is certainly in a little bit of trouble on this shot. The cue ball is really close to the 9. You're very limited with your kicking options now on which way you can kick it or what English you can use. I think if he kicks it to the left the way he's looking, the 6 would be in the way that way. If he goes that way, yeah. Oof. What's he doing here? Oh, he's trying to lock up the 8 and the 9. Didn't work. He's trying to tie up balls because he didn't see a good way to hit the object ball, which I totally understand. I've been there before. All right, Sticks has a good shot at the 5 ball here. He's probably just going to draw the cue ball back. Foot and a half, maybe a couple feet. Nope, he's not lining up to draw it. Oh, even better. Much better. All right, looks like Jake and Sticks are in a good position here to take a 6-1 commanding lead in this set. Oh, came up a foot, 2 feet short, but Jake's got it. He should be okay for the side pocket here. Richie pockets it beautifully. Takes a commanding 6-1 lead in this set. All right, we're up to 15 votes. We had 14 for a while. So it looks like we got one more in for Jake and Dan because they went up. It's now 80 to 20%. It was 79 to 21. All right, so on this break, I'm definitely sensing a push out coming here. But it's tough to see on the screen. I think the 5's in the way, though. Oh, no, Jake. He's going for it. Really good jump shot. Good attempt at making the ball. Almost did it. Left Chuck a pretty straight bank, or he could play a safety and leave the cue ball back behind the 2 and the 6 in that mess, which is what he elects to do. I think he came up a little short again. No, he's okay. But, yeah. Left Dan plenty of room to jump this. As we just saw him last time, he made it pretty convincingly. I definitely would say 98% he's going to hit it. As Sticks is a fantastic jumper of pool balls, jumper of pool balls. Pool balls, jumping balls. Oh, good shot. Not a fortuitous leave. I think Chuck's just gonna hit the two ball, stop the cue ball right there, and send the two ball to the top rail. Yep. Left Jake another jump shot. Jake is all four of the guys are good jumpers, but you'll probably only see three of these players utilize the jump. It was a great jump shot, but unfortunately he contacted the 7 ball, so Vinny and Chuck have ball in hand, and they're down 6-1. They need to get out here. They definitely need to get out and get themselves back in this match. Best of 3, so you got to win this set to force the third. Oh, goodness. Haven't seen a comment in a while. Is anybody still on with us? Hello, hello, hello. Looks like everyone's getting a little nervous here. But like I said last time Chuck and Vinny were at the table, you're down 6-1, guys. You got to get out here. You got to get back in this match. Got to win this set to force the third set if you want to win this and win your money. All right, Chuck set that up beautifully for Vinny. Vinny's just going to cut the 6 to the bottom left corner, come off the bottom rail to put the 7 in the side. Yep. Left Chuck on the right side of the 7 ball to come down table for the 9 ball. All right, they're in good shape to get back in this set, close the gap a little bit. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh. I don't think Vinny can reach this naturally as a right-hander. He's gonna shoot it left-handed or do his cross-handed? No, he's going lefty. Beautiful shot. All right. All right, let me update the score here. We are now at 6-2 in this set. And I will be back in a moment. I'm going to go to the restroom. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anyone even still out there. All right, I'm back. Here we are. We got oh gosh, what a nice combo. Beautiful shot, Vinny. All right, Chucko. I think he's going to stop the cue ball where the 3 is, just play a safety. But part of me says, you know what? We're down 6-2. I got a really makeable shot, which is going to get me on the next shot. I'm going for it. Oh, nice shot, Sticks. All right, they're in great shape here. Really nice spread, good layout. All right, they're utilizing their one timeout per rack here to talk about how they want to set up on the 6 ball so they can get out of this rack. Take a commanding 7-2 lead. Dan plays that nicely with inside English. Got to cut the 6 ball thin and wow, did he hit that well. All right, so Sticks basically just has a stop shot here to the 9. And that'll give them a commanding 7-2 lead in this set. And that's where we stand. We're at 7-2 right now. I'm actually going to step aside for a few minutes. All right, that was a great break. They pocketed a couple balls, and they've got fantastic shape on the 1 ball. And the 2 ball is very accessible. I don't see any problem with the 1, 2, 3. As long as you're on the correct side of the 6. Actually, I don't see any problems here whatsoever. They should, they're in pretty good shape here. As you can see, the 6, 7, 8, and 9 are tight, so you're going to need to be a little more precise with the shape on those balls so you're not interrupting things or getting things out of whack. This, I'm just going to put the 3 ball in the top left corner, come off the top rail, possibly the right-hand side rail with a little right-hand English, so you can come down table for the 6 in the bottom left corner. That's probably what Jake's looking at, but we'll see how. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Hit that really well. Dan's got a great angle to pocket the 6. It's going to be a little more interesting now as to how he sets up on the 7. You could do a straight draw off the side. No, he's going to follow it. And you got 2 options here. You can follow it into the 7, and hopefully the cue ball is going to hit the left side of the 7 to push it to the right hand, push it towards the right hand pocket, which is also going to push the cue ball towards the left, so it'll set itself up naturally. Yep, just like that. Woo! I may have a future doing this. Holy moly. All right, I don't see any problems here for Sticks and Dan to take a really commanding 8-2 lead in a race to 11 in the second set. And it looks like that's most likely what's going to happen. Yep, we are at 8-2 now in this set. I'm going to mark that score and step away.